So the purpose of this training today is to really just sort of take you through a few of the different aspects of Taskstream. Mainly, what I'm going to focus on is how students get in to submit their assignments and what their process looks like. And then once that work is submitted, I'll sort of switch hats and I'll go into the evaluation perspective on how faculty actually evaluate those submitted assignments. So the first thing I'm going to do here is log into my account. And I'm going to start from the student perspective. So when they log in, they're going to see very similar homepage to what all of our subscribers see. We always have this navigation bar going along the top, which just sort of takes you to the different tools and areas within Taskstream. But the main part of the student homepage is dedicated to programs that they're enrolled in within our system, which is what we would specifically refer to as the DRF, or Directed Response Folio, which really all that means is this is our assessment-based portfolio. So this portfolio has been set up for them. It defines exactly what assignments they should be submitting and gives them the ability to do that. So when they're ready to start working, they just click on the link. In this case, I'm going to demonstrate for the Key Assessments program. So they click on the link to actually go into the portfolio. And then once they do, they're brought into a screen that's divided into essentially two frames. On the left-hand side is the structure of the portfolio. And then once they click on any of these sections, it also brings up the workspace for that particular assignment. So for the key assessments, it's divided into the various content areas. So there's a section for the multiple subjects key assessments, for English, math, and so on. So they'll definitely want to make sure they come in and find the appropriate content area which they should be submitting under. And then once they're ready to submit a particular assignment, they'll actually just click on the name of the assignment from the left-hand structure, and you'll see they'll know it's selected when it's highlighted in purple. And when they click on that, it will automatically show them any directions that have been put there for them. In this case, the Key Assessment for Instruction has a pretty lengthy set of directions here that they can read through prior to completing the assignment. So once they've read through the directions, they can also see the rubric or the form that's going to be used to evaluate them. So if they want to get an idea of exactly what they're going to be assessed on and what it looks like, they actually have it's just a print view, but they can open it just to see, the criteria on which they're going to be evaluated. And then once they've completed the assignment, this is where they get to the step of actually uploading it. In most cases, students are typically uploading some sort of file attachment, most commonly a Microsoft Word document or something like that. So when they're ready to actually start adding content to the assignment, they'll see an Add Toolbar here at the very bottom of the page. And it has various different types of content that they can add here. But again, most of the time, typically what they're going to be doing is uploading attachments. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that. So and this means, when they upload an attachment, it's essentially anything that was created outside of Taskstream. So a Word document, a PowerPoint presentation, a PDF file, any sort of external file type, they would use the attachments option to be able to bring that in. So when they click on the attachments button, it's going to take them to a very short attachment form that will walk them through how to add an attachment. So when they're ready, they just click on this Upload from Computer button, and it's going to give them this dialog box where if they already have the folder open where they have their file saved, they can just sort of click and drag the file there. Or they can go it's usually a little bit more of a traditional route where they can click on the Add Files button, and it allows them to search their computer. So whether they've saved it on their desktop, a jump drive, some sort of folder, in their documents, they'll be able to search through their computer and select the file that they want to upload. So I'm going to select, and they can actually select more than one file to upload. So in my case, I'm going to say I want to upload both these attachments for this key assessment. So I'm going to select both of them and hit open. And you'll see it'll put them in this dialog box here and give me the opportunity, if I want to. You'll see it pulls the name, how it's been saved on the computer, and I can change that in this step here if I want to. So if I want to alter this name at all, I can do that before I even start the upload. I can also add a description for the file. This is completely optional, but they basically can just, type in a brief, maybe 2 to 3 sentences as to what the file contains or, any sort of description they have for that particular file attachment. Now, once I'm ready, I can actually just hit Start Upload, and it'll show me the progress status and let me know here when both files have been successfully uploaded. And once they have, I can just close this window, and the screen is going to refresh here and show me the currently attached uploaded files that I have for the key assessment, in this case for multiple subjects for instruction. So from here, I can open the file to view it. We usually do recommend to students just to take a quick look at it to make sure they grab the right file. They can also edit the name or description even after it's uploaded. If they did discover they uploaded the incorrect one, or if they needed to make changes to it, they can just delete this file and then upload, the correct one or an updated version of it. And then once they have their files uploaded, they just hit Save and Return. And they'll get this little notification message here asking them if they're ready to submit their work. This is usually for the purpose of just as a reminder to students, because some students think once they upload the files, they're automatically submitted, which is not the case. Once they upload the files, it will basically just put their work in a status of work in progress. So they have to actually click the Submit Work button in order for that assignment to actually go over to their evaluator. This Submit Work button is really just the way that they can hand this in to the faculty member or the person that's evaluating it. It's just saying, okay, I'm ready for this to be evaluated now. It's essentially handing it over to them within the system. So when they click on Submit Work, it's going to ask them who they want to send it to. So it's typically an instructor, or the students would know, which person they should be submitting this key assessment to. And then once they select it, they hit Submit for evaluation. And then it'll give me a confirmation message here that I've successfully submitted my work, and I can just close that window. And then you'll see it automatically flip me over to a different screen. This is what we refer to as our scores and results area. This is an area that really just, first of all, lets students see the status sort of overall for their individual assignments, whether it's been evaluated, whether it's just been submitted at this point, or if it's in progress, or if it's blank, that means they haven't even started on that one yet. It can also... This is also an area where they can come just to confirm, the date and time they submitted something. Once they submitted, that date and timestamp is always visible to them from this area. So if they just need to confirm when it was that they submitted something, they can always come to this area and see that timestamp, and also just even a full history of, you'll see this one only has one action, but I can see the original date and time that it was submitted. There's also a cancel submission button here right after they submit for evaluation. This button is only here for a certain period of time. If they suddenly discover, they want to make a quick change, or maybe they just realize they uploaded the wrong file entirely, they can cancel their submission, because once they submit it, it actually locks their work down and prevents them from making changes. So if they need to unlock it, they can just hit this cancel submission button, and that'll open that area up again so that they can modify that work. As I mentioned, though, the button is only there for a certain period of time. It only appears up until the point where the evaluator starts their evaluation. Once that evaluation is started and is considered in progress, that button will disappear. So it's also a little bit of a status indicator to students. If they don't see this button here, that means there's an evaluation in progress for them because they can't unlock it themselves. So pretty much, in terms of their process, again, mainly they'll be working with attachments in terms of uploading their assignment. So that's pretty much their process from beginning to end, from the point of logging in, accessing their assignment, how to upload it, and then eventually how to submit it. And then you'll also see from the screen, once that evaluation is actually completed and it's been released, I can also see my full detail and score report here. So they'll eventually come back to this area also once their evaluation is completed, so that they can see essentially that full report here in detail. So in terms of the student process, sort of from beginning to end, that's pretty much it. Did you have any specific questions before I sort of switch hats and move over to the evaluator perspective?
No, that was very clear.